All right, welcome to another episode of the Chart Readers. And there are moments where I wish I had a camera because you need to see the smile on my face, right? Like, I have been screaming that once 3413 breaks, it should be a pretty easy climb to 5096. And I think today's 33 monster rocket coming off of earnings. Oh my God. From there, NVDA, I've said it so many, there is no better place for your money than breaking all-time high resistance. Like, if you can be in all-time highs, oh my goodness, there are no resistances and you're just flying up the blue skies. From there, Palantir, sweet Lord, thing has not stopped since good earnings. And I'll be honest, that's kind of what I'm hoping happens to AI as well. But so much good to talk about in this video. And one more time, I've been saying it for a while. I'm not pretending I was the first one or anything like that, but AI is king. All right. As long as NASDAQ's doing well, AI is going to crush it. And I sincerely hope everyone's account is crushing it right now, for real. All right. Before we go any deeper, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines, as well as trend lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. Honestly, comment good or bad. Whatever you can do really does help me out, but for real, just giving me your very valuable and important time is super appreciated, okay? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Look, there's a bunch of things that like I just want to talk about on this. I feel like I can make a quick 30-minute video on C3 AI alone, just on this chart. I swear, there is so much good. There's so much good here, all right? And first off, I got to flash the NASDAQ, baby. We are not. I was like, what the hell is this? This ain't no NASDAQ, baby. No. We are crushing it. I really was hoping we would have broken that 34 line a little closer to when NASDAQ broke 1225. Like, I wish things were happening on 515, because when I go back to AI, look where we're at on 515. All right, we're down here. Obviously, it does really well since 515. I'm not trying to take it away, right? But if instead of down here, it was up here, like we were still like battling moving averages and breaking out of the cluster, right? But oh my goodness, nonetheless, all right, this 50 line after it, again, there's not a lot more lines I can actually make, which is lovely, right? I'm gonna roughly put one right there. I'm gonna roughly put one right there, and I'll be honest, we'll start improving those as we get better. But for now, sorry, I keep zooming in and out too much. Right now, I'm expecting this gap fill right here. And in a lot of ways, yeah, we actually filled most of that gap, right? Like, we have come to this. We're already at the bottom of this. Really, it's just a matter of getting to that, or eventually this 50 line that I drew, right? But man, beautiful. And just look, MACD is just going on a better slope. RSI is still wanting to go up. And don't forget, this bad boy was, look, 80, 90, 70, right? Like, it knows how to live. If there are, oh my gosh, like there's just so much good, okay? Again, break the cluster, great things happen. 200 moving average, this is the point where if you bounce well, you go up, you lose it, you die. Clearly we went up, right? Like, there are so many fundamental things. And look, end of the day, what I think about the earnings and what you think about the earnings does not matter. What matters is the market loved it. The market delivered a nasty 33 burger, and volume has just continued to, you know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness, 8 wants to keep going up, 20 wants to keep going up, this 50 is curving well, this 100's curving well. I'm even seeing the 200 start curving a little bit, right? Like, oh man, this is beautiful. And look at the candle itself. Let's just end it here. The high of the day was 44.02. The close of the day was 49. People were like dying to keep buying. There's only a few pennies away from the high of the day, right? Like that is a strong full candle coming off earnings, and oh man, that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm gonna go to Palantir before NVIDIA because I think this is a little bit important to talk about, okay? Palantir crushes earnings, calms down a little bit, and then obviously has been doing what it's been doing, okay? I would not be too upset if I see that happening with AI, okay? So I'll talk about Palantir a little deeper, don't get me wrong, but again, I'm loving what I'm seeing. If things seem to cool down a little bit, I'm just going to call it a high RSI. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Those are the moments where you start to consider, do I average up? You know what I mean? So, oh my God, I love it. I love this so much. What does the weekly look like? Weekly looks like sexiness is what it looks like. We're over all the moving averages. We smash it here. And so far, that's what I call confirmation. This thing, ooh, and then can you imagine what happens if we can crack 70? Oh my God, right, oh my God, right? So don't get too excited. Do not have those $70 dreams at 43. But yeah, I'll be honest with you, my mouth is watering a little bit more than it probably should be. I am loving what I'm seeing. And again, what I love is when the sector is running. AI is king, all right? We smashed 33. I said too many threes right there, but whatever. We're sitting at the fours, baby. Again, look, we're at a really high RSI. Yeah, maybe this thing will live in the 80s and 90s for a bit, but yeah, I imagine we'll probably come down a little bit. Do I think we'll lose this 50% candle? I don't know. Honestly, I'll tell you, we are not gapping down to 316. I would bet a paycheck on that, all right? Maybe we kiss the 8. And again, you got to believe that the 8's going to start kind of moving a little more exponentially now that we've had this gap, right? So I can see the 8, End of the day, look, I'm really curious to see if at least 3... What's that open at? 378. Let's call it 378. I'm curious to see if 378 can hold. I even really think that 383 might hold. 385, whatever you want to call it, 50% candle. It's actually almost roughly the open of this day, actually. 385, yeah. I don't think we're going to go much lower than 385. Like maybe this little gap is lost, but not this gap. Like this earnings crush. Oh yeah. And again, 8 wants to keep going up, 20 wants to keep going up, 50 wants to keep going up, right? Look at, there is so much good here, okay? Again, if there's a little bit of a cool down, all I'm going to say is it's an RSI cool down. You know what I mean? And again, just look at it. We've lived up here, right? We've lived up here. Like the stock is not afraid of these high 70s, 80s. It really, really isn't. You know what I mean? So I'm loving it. And look, end of the day, this is a slow and steady stock that likes to live on the 8 and the 20. So there is really no issue with it coming and sitting on the 8 and the 20 because all it's going to do is ride it up, right? Like it's just now going to go like this up, right? So yeah, the hype is real. The hype is real. Again, all-time highs, baby, all-time highs. Once we crack that 333, the tip of right there, there is no surprise of where we're at. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. And then rounding it out, PLTR, Palantir. Oh my gosh, right? Like moving average clusters suck, but you either violently go up or you violently go down, and very, very glad to see this violently go up, right? Interesting to see. It kind of seems like the RSI is teetering a little bit. Volume's actually still increasing, which I do like to see. And actually MACD kind of looks like it's diverged. Diverging just means the line's going away, right? But it kind of seems like the RSI might be teetering. But again, it's at this 86, right? And it's been living at this like mid 80, high mid 80, high mid 80, high mid, like it's been a minute up here, right? So if it cools down, I do not see it going any lower than the 8 moving average. Really, I don't even see it going any lower than 1330 in all honesty, right? So Gotta love what I see. And again, what I really love is when I'm doing a sector video and all the stocks in the sector look good. And again, these ones are the better ones, right? I don't know what else to call it, right? But yeah, these are not the ones that I'm also going to compare to like Soundhound and Big Bear or Guard Force, right? Like, no. These are in their own bucket. The other ones are in their own bucket. But with these three doing well, you start to really believe that the other ones are going to do well too, right? So loving what I'm seeing, genuinely believe that this is not done by any means. AI, the hype is real. This is no joke. AI is king. I'm loving it. Hey, have a great one. Let me know what you think. Thank you.